Welcome back to this next video. We're going to continue with the Autodesk Maya interface. We got to the sidebar icons, these over here. We're going to continue from there and go clockwise until we come and end at the toolbox over here. The sidebar icons over here, just as we explained, controls these tabs in this right corner. We have the channel box layer editor, modeling toolkit, and attribute editor. We don't have anything showing over here because we don't have an object or a mesh in our scene currently. These will be explained further in the next video as we start interacting with the software in the next videos that follow. Below the channel box we have the layer editor, which contains the display layers and the animation layers. These are the tabs that are available over here. The display tab allows you to organize and manage objects in your scene, as in the meshes that you have in your work area. You have the ability to either make some selectable or turn some into templates or reference some as well to guide you in some of your modeling work, and also to turn off some layers in case your scene is a bit heavy for your graphics card to perform as it's supposed to perform. The animation layers is just like the display layer. It's used to blend different levels of animation that you've created and stored, so that it makes it easier for you to see how the animation flows and works if it's going to be edited in another program. The next on the tabs is the modeling toolkit. Now this is not available to you by default. It's an extension that you have to download from the Autodesk site to give you these extra functionalities. It helps you to move faster during modeling, so your work pace is increased and then your workflow becomes slightly more streamlined. The attribute editor is one of the tabs that you're going to use a lot more than the channel box. It contains all the attributes of any given mesh or any given object in your scene. All the attributes that you can adjust or edit for that mesh appear over here once the object or mesh is selected. When we come to the bottom part of your Maya interface, here you have all the animation controls that you need in your Maya scene. We have the time slider where you can indicate where the time for your animation is, including the keyframes are shown over here. Then this is the range slider. It allows you to specify a specific range within which the animation should be displayed. We have the playback controls over here. That's play forward, play backwards, move to the next keyframe, move to the previous keyframe, or step forward, step back, one frame forward, one frame backwards, and then skip to the beginning, skip to the end. And then these are for your character sets if you are having character sets in your scene, and then animation layers as well. And this is the frame rate for your scene, as in the playback speed where you have 5 frames per second, 10 frames per second, so on up to the highest that you can go. And then how the playback is like, whether it's a continuous loop, an oscillating loop, and then audio, as well as the settings of the animation. We'll go a bit more in depth when we are learning animation. There's a mail script command line, and at the bottom here is the help line. So any tool that you hover over, you'll see a short description appearing in the help line to tell you what the object is about. In addition to the balloon pop-up that comes up with every tool, it also appears down here. You get information as you work over here as well. And then this is the feedback space for every correct execution or any command that you execute in there. If there's an error, you see it turning red. If there's an error but you can proceed, you see it turning a bit yellow. Next we have the toolbox over here. These tools conform to the QWERTY keys, that is Q, W, E, R, and then there is T and there's Y. The Q is for the selection tool, the W is for the move tool, E is for rotate, the scale tool is R, and to show manipulators is a T, as well as to access the last tool used in your scene, you press Y. Y is only visible when you're actually working. It doesn't pop up until a tool has been used in your scene. These over here are setup work panes. So the default that you have is your perspective view. You can go 4-pane view, you can go 2-pane view with your perspective as well as a front Z. And then we have the outliner. The outliner would show you every item that is in your scene. So whatever the item is, it will show up in the outliner. Some of the objects are locked, like the perspective cameras over here, perspective top view, but they will still show up in the outliner. This M here will take you to the Autodesk Maya website, where you can get extra help to learn Maya. So that concludes it for our crash course in the interface of Autodesk Maya. We shall move on to the next lesson, so see you there.